tape for this one. Cameroon versus the Virgin Islands. Maxwell Djantou Nana is 35. Karl Williams a year older. You can see the height. Slight advantage for Maxwell, but both men with a 79-inch reach. Janie Lee, if you're out there watching, one of our longtime ring girls, we're thinking of you here in the PFL. Get well soon. Green shorts for Nana, gold shorts for Karl Williams.
Some big boys, but they move very, very fast. You'll see Maxwell Djantou Nana using that jab to the head and body. Very, very busy in this first round. He'll be testing his opponent. Karl Williams, we know he's a standout athlete, though, training in Vegas. Very, very quick off the mark as well.
If it gets far enough, Dan, I'm really, really curious to see some of the cardio adjustments we see from Maxwell. His last fight, he got worn down late. He was a heavy favorite in that fight. So if you're Karl Williams trying to get back in the win column himself, you might want to push this into later rounds.
Yeah, that might be the game plan for Williams, you know, play the long game and allow your opponent to maybe, oh, that was a good right hand, though. Cole looks confident here.
Well, you saw it on the graphic. Maxwell Djantou Nana, he's pretty fresh as a professional mixed martial artist, fewer than 10 pro fights. Don't let that fool you into thinking he's not experienced, though. Longtime competitor in combat sambo, some huge wins in that form of competition, and it is one of the most directly translatable skill sets to mixed martial arts.
Solid inside low kick. You'll hear the voice of Carl Prince in his corner as well from Manchester Top Team. That's where Maxwell Djantou Nana has settled for his training, alongside the likes of Abraham Babley and Lewis McGrillen. And you know Lewis McGrillen's sparring with Djantou Nana. He doesn't care.
He probably wants to. Two Lewis McGrillens make up one Maxwell.
Tries again with the right hand, but nearly walked onto a counter jab.
And Dan, I'm probably prone to belaboring the point of how impressive some of these heavyweights are, but you don't see a guy weigh in at 262 pounds with abs very often. No. That's the case with Maxwell.
It is, and that's probably why, you know, he struggles with his cardio later in the rounds, because he's got so much muscle mass. It's difficult to fuel that over a 15 or even a 25-minute fight.
Good work here by Karl Williams. Flicking that jab out, not letting Maxwell get started with combinations. Good right hand attempt to the body there from Maxwell Djantou Nana. Inside leg kick from Karl Williams.
I like the feints from Djantou Nana. Kind of keeping Karl guessing at the moment. Trying to draw him out with that jab. You can see him kind of pulling it short as well. I wonder if he's looking at a right hand counter if Karl Williams steps in.
I think it's exactly what he wants. I think he wants to trigger a combination from Williams off of those tentative jabs and then pull counter maybe with the right hand, because he's really good. You watch Maxwell Djantou Nana, good body shot from him. He's very nimble backward and forward off that heavy front leg.
Yes, which is another reason why both these guys could be investing more in low kicks. We've seen a couple so far. There's another one. You can start to damage that lead leg. It takes away a lot of the sting of these punches. Oh, that's a close left hook.
Coming up on 1 minute left in round one. First fight of the night here. Maxwell tried to hide the right hand between a couple of jabs. Ate a right hand from Karl Williams.
They've not even needed the fence yet, have they? I think they've been right in the center of the cage so far. Good right hand to the body from Williams. Like to see him put a left hook to the head on the end of that.
The kicks now have Maxwell reacting. Williams pressing against the barrier here, trying to steal the round with a leg takedown.
My goodness, the whole cage shook them when they landed against the fence. This is good work for Karl Williams, though, especially if Djantou Nana has got some cardio issues in the later rounds. You've got to make him work in the early rounds to bring that weakness out of him. He looks very strong though, doesn't he? Head position in the pocket. Good balance, great knee to the body, counter right hand as well. That was quite a fair exchange in the end.
Round 2 next.
Ian's landed a couple of good right hands in the process.
Ready? Fight!
Level changes, fades, and go, yep.
Pumps that jab really hard, doesn't he?
Look for that hook.
That's one thing about these big body heavyweights. What looks like a low effort punch for them or an introductory strike can still be incredibly powerful. There's the left hand landed on the beard of Karl Williams.
I wonder if we're going to see another level change from Karl Williams. He got denied at the end of that first round, but it might be a smart game plan just to keep mixing it up. Especially if Djantou Nana is waiting for something in particular. You've got to keep breaking your rhythm, showing him different looks.
There's a lot of pawing with the backhand, interestingly enough. There's a good kick from Maxwell.
Right hand needs to stay high, and then we look at counter that left.
Kennedy Smith is in the Karl Williams corner with Coach Dennis Davis.
Dennis, what does Karl need to do right here?
Really, he needs to move his feet. He's coming up a little short on his punches. So I would like that inside and throw that over. I also want to have his right hand stay high. Other guys keeps touching the body and he's trying to go up top. So keep the right hand high and then move his feet with a little more volume.
Thanks so much, Sean.
Good reads there from the corner. Dennis Davis saying his fighter needs to move his feet a little more, but also keep that right hand up. You can see that Djantou Nana is using that. Oh, that looked like it stung him on the chin for a moment. It sounds like Dennis Davis thinks that the jab to the body is trying to draw the hands down so he can target the head.
Maxwell, it appears like he's identified his favorite strike in this fight, and that's that sort of loop around lead left hook.
Yeah, he's used it to the head and body so far. There's that right to the body. That's nice. I like that targeting as well.
Good right hand from Karl Williams. Moved the feet first to the point of his coach. Little eye poke there. Referee didn't acknowledge it, but I think Karl Williams didn't attack while Maxwell was trying to paw some Vaseline out of his eye.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sportsmanship pause there from Karl Williams.
Those have been a hot topic in the sport of mixed martial arts these last few weeks because of the Yuri Prohashka fight.
Surprised we're not seeing more low kicks. Both these guys have kind of slipped into a boxing match. That's a good move from Karl Williams, though. It's going to be difficult to take down Maxwell Djantou Nana, but you can certainly drain some of his gas tank with those level changes. Here's an inside low kick.
Really neat defense from Nana on that takedown attempt. He intercepted the right hand of Karl Williams as it was grasping, and he forced it back, tucked it against Karl's body so he couldn't grab, and that's what allowed Maxwell to circle out to his left. Good recognition and execution there from the Cameroonian.
Yeah, and this is a much better position as well to be attacking from if you're defending takedowns. Much more difficult for Karl Williams to set up his takedowns when he's being pushed onto his back foot.
I think Maxwell just let Karl Williams off the hook a little bit there. He had him backed against that post, and then he, with his own motion, drew it back out here to the center of the cage.
Another leverage down. Look at that takedown defense.
Framed on the head and just olayed like a big overhand right from Williams. Appeared to land at least partially behind the ear of Maxwell, but does not appear to have affected him too much. Inside of 1 minute here in the second.
Nana's feints are working here. He's getting Karl Williams to react big with his hands. Look at the big reactions that he's getting. Karl's got to be careful he doesn't open himself up, especially when he's backed up against the fence. He can't move away.
There it is again. Maxwell backing out as if he doesn't want Karl Williams stuck against the cage.
I wonder if maybe it's because he wants room to put that double jab out there. He might want his opponent off the fence so he's not cramping himself. It is odd though, because he's got his opponent in a good position to really start taking chunks out of him, and he just kind of pulls him off the cage a little bit.
Last 10 seconds of round 2. Inside low kick.
Yeah, that was good. That was below the knee as well, right into the shin bone.
He wants a single leg and to get Maxwell hopping on one foot before looking for a trip. With a body that big, Dan, sometimes you got to do it step by step in the takedown game.
Absolutely. Both look fresh though. It's been quite a fast pace regarding the jitteriness of them. Look how fast they're both moving right now. Still looking fresh in this third round. Kind of feel like it's all to play for as well.
I don't think either corner can really trust that their fighters ahead on the scorecards right now. It's been very even. There's been big moments for each. We have the fight stats in front of us. The judges don't. Those fight stats say that Maxwell Djantou Nana has thrown more and landed more than Karl Williams. But we showed you the highlights belonging to Karl. He's now got a body lock right here in front of our broadcast position. Good digging of the underhook there for Maxwell.
Yeah, that was probably the closest that Karl Williams has got so far to a takedown, as he ran him along the fence. But the pummeling ability of Djantou Nana is very impressive. You've got to wonder how Karl Williams is feeling as well, if there's any kind of pressure coming into this one, knowing that he really needs to pick up a win here. One thing he doesn't want to do is to let this third round expire and feel like he could have done more. I'm sure that was part of the message from the corner team. It's time to go.
I think that's some of the caution from both of these guys. They don't want to make a big mistake, because both need to get back in the win column. Karl Williams on a bit of a losing streak on a slide. Another eye poke there. Referee not talking about it. Doesn't want to stop here. Maybe he didn't see it. Good double jab there from Maxwell Djantou Nana.
Oh, tried for a body kick, but Williams' level changed. There was a snapping sound, which might have been a knee to a midsection, but Djantou Nana's already on his takedown defense. And on that single leg is Karl Williams. Can he finish it? Gonna try that outside reach, trying to pull him off the fence.
Well, this is some of what Dennis Davis was asking for in the corner. Now he's got Nana up onto one leg. Got to watch out for the judo throws from the Cameroonian, though.
Karl Williams spent a lot of energy there.
It looked like he thought about a sacrifice throw at the end. Find a little bit of desperation. Nana able to stay upright. Well done there, pawing with the right hand, and now he feels like he's got something going with these combinations.
That was a short right hand that looked like it was close. It was kind of at a downward trajectory, which maybe saved Djantou Nana from taking the full force. Coming up to the last 90 seconds of the last round as well. I need some pressure from the corner of Karl Williams. I feel like Djantou Nana's cage control alone is winning in this round.
You can see the head movement still very fresh and sharp from Maxwell Djantou Nana. Williams taking some big breaths after that energy expenditure on the takedown attempt. And it always feels a lot more tiring when it's an unsuccessful one.
That's another good right hand from Karl Williams. And here the corner team shouting for a faint level change from Williams to try and disguise that right hand before he throws it.
Body kick there from Maxwell. Williams tried to catch it. Once again, the takedown is shrugged off.
Amazing how he gets his hips back from throwing a kick to a takedown defense like that.
I mean, he is a supreme athlete at this size. Landed the jab, got out of the way. Long searching hook there from Karl Williams. Final 30 seconds coming.
We've certainly tested the strength of the cage with these two boys as well. The whole building's shaken a couple of times when they've crashed into the fence. This constant hand play from Djantou Nana is really upsetting Karl Williams' offense.
Big swing and a miss there for Williams. The movement from Maxwell Djantou Nana, better than you're going to see from a lot of heavyweights. Will it be enough on the judges' scorecards?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we turn to the judges' scorecards, where the judges scored the fight 29-28, 30-27, and 30-27. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Maxwell Djantou Nana!
Back in the win column for Maxwell Djantou Nana, Leonidas.
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.